If this was my first time investing in Bitcoin for the general audience, how long should they hold Bitcoin? I got to get this question answered tonight for somebody. They're gonna kill me if I
Well,
don't get the answer.
no, no, no. I think it's a great question. Like, I think you have to understand what you're doing, right? This isn't like a get rich quick scheme, like where I think a lot of people think that you're just gonna automatically become a millionaire if I buy one Bitcoin, right? Like this is a long game. I mean, I think that even if you think about the evolution of the internet to get to where it is today, it took 30 years in order for it to be consumerized for people to start interacting on a daily basis, right? And so, and same thing with AI. AI has taken over 60 years to get to its point where now everything's moving right now, and so it's still a long game. And I would look at it, again, not no financial advice at all, but like, you know, it's not something that you can just go and just flip upside down. And so I would say like I would look at this as just a percentage of your portfolio, percentage of how you're doing all your investing with everything. It's there's always a level of risk to it, but I'm when we think about investing just in general, like or just investing in, I'm always someone that always believes to play the long game, and so
Yeah.
I think that, and I've seen like all my crypto group chats just came out of nowhere today, and I haven't seen anybody post nothing in 6 months, and so
Now everybody's
everybody.
talking, right? Yes, everyone's super excited now.
Yeah, now everybody's coming back. Like, oh
Yeah.
well, what should I do? What should I do? But the people who played the long game aren't necessarily worrying about that. And so I really do think that you have to look at it as an asset. It's like you trying to think, am I going to flip my house in one day? Like, if I just bought it, I'm going to flip it in 6 weeks. Like, you could do that, but like, I mean, unless you were in Miami in 2020 and go ahead and trying to flip it and not even moved in, like, it's better just to sit down and enjoy the game
Yeah.
because it's not going anywhere.
So, yeah, I want to talk about. You had said something. I want to just kind of revisit it because when we were at Lavo that time, you brought up that conversation of how it all works together, and that's when it's really gonna take off. When you brought up that GPS situation where you were saying like app like Uber. People don't realize there's a lot of different applications that's in that, right? It's the GPS, which you had mentioned. It's the payment processing system that has to be put in
Exactly.
place. It's the Wi-Fi. It's the smartphone device. Nobody's looking at it like separate. They're all looking at it. It's just all comes together seamlessly. So right now,
Mm.
they're looking at the NFTs and crypto and artificial intelligence and a variety of different things that's like separate. So when you saying like it's not really going to take off until all of that is so seamless, like you said, you don't even realize that you're spending crypto. You don't even realize that this is AI. You don't even realize that you know this is
Mhm.
It's a
NFT.
great
So
question.
when do you think that will all come together so seamlessly and we'll
The
just
Holy
be able
Grail.
to? Yeah.
Yeah. We need all
Look,
the infinity stones. When is it gonna happen?
no, no, no. I think that it's a great question, and we see people slowly starting to dabble in between both spaces. I think that like you're seeing the infrastructure, like for AI, the infrastructure took 60 plus years just to get to this point. Right now, you're starting to see consumer application layers start to layer on top of that. And you're seeing companies like Midjourney and 11 Labs and so many different companies that are now building consumerized products that are impacting everyday people and allowing life to be much, much simpler and much convenient. And, I think that you're going to see the next generation of AI doctors that can help help people all around the world just by having large language models and access to information across so many different sources, or anybody can have their own professional tutor that has ultimate empathy that can help you go through, well, instead of you having to spend thousands of dollars for a tutor, or even if you live in a community that doesn't have those resources, that ability to now have the world's access to information is really right in front of us right now. Same thing with the future of music. It's the future of art. Like not using these tools to get rid of them, but actually using them to make your life easier and actually apply to it. A lot of people kind of go into this idea specifically within AI and saying, "Oh, well, it's going to eat all the jobs," and what happens if it does that? But like this is actually a new model and a new program that we've never seen before, and so like it's hard. It's very easy to say what jobs are going to be lost. but it's a lot harder to think about what jobs are going to be created, right? And I think it's going to create a whole new wave of jobs and opportunities that we didn't even know existed. A great example is like, when the car first came out, before the car came out, there was no idea for ever making a drive-through or a McDonald's, right? And so like, now that the car came, you could actually build a drive-through. Because you build a drive-through, now you can create a drive-through experience and drive-through restaurant, and then create all these new type of things that came in front of it. And so that was without the car, you wouldn't have had all those other businesses that started to create, and nobody would have thought that of building a business like a McDonald's or whatever. Like, and now you fast forward to AI, and you're having that same type of opportunity where there's going to be millions of new jobs that are going to be created and new opportunities, but it's still unclear in terms of what those are going to be. But if you follow the history of where the industry has gone, it's only going to be up and to the right. And that's the same thing that we're seeing within the crypto space too. I mean, within the last bull run, it was super exciting to see the amount of physical artists to also explore the digital medium, or the physical musicians that now said, well, look, I want to have 0-to-1 authentic experiences with my audience, and I want to know exactly who I'm working with and who is listening to my music. And Spotify is not giving me this information, so I'm going to go and use Web3 and use crypto rails, because now I can work directly with those people and get monetized over the period of different times within that space, right? And so you're seeing people's understanding around the industry become more and more. And the holy grail, like what you just mentioned, is when you can actually have a consumer AI product that also knows how to integrate Web3 technology, and with the pinnacle being right here, where you don't necessarily have to know all the crypto and all the technological lingo in order to really help make this happen. Even like Midjourney, Midjourney is a beautiful app, and it's amazing, but you have to know how to use Discord. You have to know how to use all these super simple experiences. But that's the reason why ChatGPT was the fastest company in the history. I think it took 5 days to get to 1 million users, because all you have to do is just go in and type and say, how do I make this what type of workout should I do in order to lose 10 pounds? Rather than you going out and having to scour the internet, it takes all that data and brings it right there for you. All you have to do is a simple text prompt. And so when you're having that opportunity, that's also going to happen within the crypto space. I think it's going to be extremely exciting. And I recommend all founders, if you're looking to build a startup, like between whether it's crypto, whether it's AI, I mean, there's so many different industries, but where we see a ton of momentum, and where we want to help encourage the next generation of builders. I mean, those are two huge industries that get me fired up every day. And I also use every day as well too.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda.